Imagine checking your change one day and suddenly spotting a big, bold coin that just feels different in your hand. You flip it over and notice something that instantly grabs your attention. The Liberty Bell superimposed over the moon. Right there, you realize this isn't your everyday coin. That's when you find out you're holding a 1976 Eisenhower Bicentennial Dollar, a coin that could be worth way more than just a dollar. Now, here's the exciting part. This coin was minted to celebrate America's 200th birthday, the bicentennial. So right away, it's got historical power and patriotic vibes built right into it. The United States Mint pulled out all the stops for this one. Instead of the regular eagle on the moon design, they gave us something fresh and symbolic, the Liberty Bell echoing freedom, with the moon still peeking through in the background. It's like the coin is saying, here's where we've been and here's where we're going. But here's the question most people are curious about. Is this coin worth big money? Well, the answer is absolutely yes, depending on the version you have sitting in your hands. Most people see these as just old dollar coins, but collectors? They know the hidden treasure inside these chunky pieces of American history. Let's talk details. First, size. This is not your slim little quarter or dime. The Eisenhower dollar is huge, 38.1 millimeters across and weighing about 22.68 grams. When you hold it, you know you're holding something substantial. And it was the last of the large-sized dollar coins ever made for circulation. After this, the U.S. switched to smaller designs like the Susan B. Anthony dollar. So right away, the Eisenhower Bicentennial Dollar stands out as the last of its kind, a true giant in your palm. Now let's dive into versions, because not all 1976 Eisenhower dollars are created equal. The most common ones are copper-nickel-clad coins struck for circulation at Philadelphia and Denver. They'll usually have a D or no mint mark at all. These coins, when found in average condition, usually trade for just a few dollars. But don't let that fool you, because the magic lies in the condition and the special strikes. Collectors love coins that are crisp, shiny, and basically untouched by human hands. These are called mint state coins. A 1976 Eisenhower dollar in super high grade, like MS-66 or MS-67, can easily jump into the hundreds of dollars at auction. Some have even sold for over $1,000, simply because finding a flawless example is so tough. But wait, it gets better. The U.S. Mint also produced special 40% silver versions of the bicentennial Eisenhower dollar. Yes, silver. These coins were sold in collector sets, not released into general circulation. If you've got one of these silver beauties, it's already worth more than face value just for the metal inside. At today's silver prices, the melt value alone is a solid base. But in pristine condition, these silver ikes can bring serious money, sometimes hundreds or even thousands for proof or gem quality examples. And here's the kicker: errors and varieties. Collectors absolutely love when something went wrong at the mint, because those mistakes make a coin unique. The 1976 Eisenhower dollar is famous for what's called Type 1 and Type 2 reverses. The Type 1 has bold, blocky lettering on the reverse, while Type 2 has thinner, more refined lettering. Type 1 was only made for a short time, so it's scarcer. If you stumble upon one of those in top condition, you're looking at some very nice collector value. There are also stories of double strikes, off-center coins, and other minting errors that can take an ordinary Eisenhower dollar and multiply its value many times over. Imagine pulling one of those out of a coin roll you bought at the bank for just $1. Talk about a jackpot. So why are these coins so loved? Part of it is the design, part of it is the nostalgia, and part of it is pure collecting fever. The Eisenhower dollar was the first U.S. dollar coin issued since the peace dollar ended in 1935. For many Americans in the 70s, this was their first encounter with a large dollar coin. And tying it into the bicentennial celebration only added to the excitement. It became a patriotic keepsake, something families held onto as a memory of America's 200th birthday. Here's something else to think about. The Eisenhower dollar may not have been popular for everyday spending, it was just too big and heavy, but that actually worked in favor of collectors. People tended to set them aside rather than spend them, which means a lot of bicentennial dollars survived. But the real treasures are those rare varieties, top-condition coins, and silver versions that were kept carefully preserved. And let's not forget the emotional value. For many collectors today, the 1976 Eisenhower Bicentennial Dollar isn't just a coin, it's a time machine. It brings back memories of parades, fireworks, and national pride. Owning one feels like holding a piece of America's 200th birthday party right in your hand. So here's the bottom line. Yes, some 1976 Eisenhower Bicentennial dollars might only be worth a few bucks, but others can be worth hundreds or even thousands depending on condition, mint mark, silver content, or rare varieties. If you've got one tucked away in a drawer, it's worth checking out. That coin you thought was just a heavy old dollar could actually be a hidden treasure. So the next time you see that Liberty Bell and Moon design staring back at you, don't just shrug it off. Take a closer look. You might be holding on to something far more valuable than you ever imagined.